So hopefully we'll glean a few things from this convention to be able to remind us that, our treasure does not lie here. And so we don't need to hold on to every little thing. Guess who got to turn around in his car seat today? You! Malachi! Do you like it? Hey, thumb out and tell us about it. No, don't switch. You're a big boy.
Hey there, clodhoppers. It's Justin Zimber from Homesteading at Kooker. We're heading to Arlington for an event that off-grid with Doug and Stacy are going to be.
So we'll see if we can make it over there to say hi.
Okay.
We had a busy morning. What did we do? We took care of animals, raked up some hay off of the driveway and put that in with the chickens for them to scratch to it.
I undid the water hoses because it's supposed to get down to 34 tonight.
So he covered those. Did you cover that last one? Okay.
Covered all three.
Awesome job, babe.
Thank you.
Of course, we took care of little man and
A few things around the house.
yeah. Oh, and we went not dumpster diving, but burn pile diving. So we've got a couple of stops to make. Justin is actually going to be looking for a part-time job because we've got some student loans coming up that we need to start making some payments on. So we are going to be stopping at one of the locations where we put an application in, that we're praying that it's the Lord's will that Justin can get a job there, because even though it'll make our schedule really busy, kind of hectic, and we won't get to see each other a whole lot except on the weekends maybe, it still looks like financially, because of the pay, because of Justin's qualifications, that would be the best for us and for our family. We may get to video a little bit when we're there at the event. It is the Tiny House and Simple Living Jamboree, and I'm going to be honest, I'm a hoarder, so tiny living is not something I will probably ever be able to attain. But I've been trying, I've really been convicted that we just have way too much stuff, and I want Malachi to have the room to play, and so Justin and I have been trying to slowly start purging things. What makes it more difficult is we're Americans and we like to store stuff, right? Well, because of the termite issue we have on our property, we need a storage building, but we need a metal one. And due to finances, we can't afford a metal storage building right now. So our house is our storage building for 90% of our stuff. There are just a few things that we have in the barn. Things that if it gets eaten by termites, we're not going to be upset about, and things like tools, metal and plastic that won't degrade from exposure to termites. So that's our situation. Anyway, so hopefully we'll glean a few things from this convention to be able to remind us that our treasure does not lie here. And so we don't need to hold on to every little thing. My biggest problem, besides the fact that I'm a crafter, I'm like, oh, but I can repurpose this for that, because I hate waste. I guess that's my biggest. I hate waste. Laura Ingalls Wilder books, Little House on the Prairie, I loved how they used everything out of necessity. But I think today we don't reuse things enough because we don't have that dire necessity. But I think
mindset.
Yeah, or that mindset. But I think our planet and our landfills are being affected by that. detrimentally. Now, I will say that we have been using disposable diapers for the last, I don't know what, 3 or 4 months. And it's amazing how much our trash has increased just because of that. And that, I hate that we have been doing that, but we need to get to where we can get on a cycle to clean our cloth diapers. But that's a whole nother story. That's another video. We'll do that soon. Anyway, but I've just been convicted that, I need to start letting go of things. I don't need to keep every scrap piece of paper thinking that, oh, but this would make a great scrapbook project or a great greeting card. Well, but how many of them have I done in the grand scheme of things? I always say, yeah, but I might, or I hope to. And sometimes I do the projects later on, but most of the time it just
Takes
sits
several years before she does it.
and it sits there and sits there
And sits there.
and sits there until I do it, or until I don't do it, and finally I'm like, all right, we just need to get rid of this because I'm not using it. So it's things that I'm working on the inside that I'm trying to get better about, because when it's all said and done, when there's too much stuff, you just feel claustrophobic and overwhelmed. Yeah. And I want people to be able to come and visit us in our house without feeling embarrassed that they're uncomfortable because of it. Anyway, I digress. So that's what we're hoping to do today. Also, I wanted to mention we have 2 gifts for Doug and Stacy. Hopefully these are small enough that Doug can put them on his carry-on without any problem. This is an okra pod. Yes, dried okra pod. But what's inside is really the point. It's okra seeds from our huge okra plant. So I figured, why not just leave it in this handy dandy convenient package. I cut it off the okra plant today. It was already dried, so I didn't have to let it dry anymore. And that way I didn't have to repackage it, didn't have to worry about losing some. It's just nifty here in its own packaging. Natural packaging. Hey. And Doug and Stacy can compost this after they take the seeds out. Anyway, so that's kind of Doug's present. I don't know how well okra will grow there, but I figure it's worth a shot, especially if it's given for free. And then these are some earrings. I know that Stacy likes earrings and she tends to wear blues and denims quite a bit, so I figured this, is it going to focus? Probably not. Well, anyway, I figured those would go well with her outfits that she tends to wear. I call this design chainmail bling. It's a design I created whenever I was in the midst of my jewelry phase. And I have sold them, and I might eventually get into it again because I really like that design. That's what these are too. But it mixes chainmail with a little bit of bling color, which is why I think they're so fun. And I make them for all different kinds of holidays and seasons, and you can match them to outfits, etc. And so that's pretty much our vlog for today.
Yep. Bye.